Welcome to the Dumb4Real podcast. I'm here with Jason, Ernest, and Anthony after a long 3-week hiatus. Is that right, boys? Or not? Who knows?
Oh knows.
We have a mini
Depends
today.
on the upload date, really.
Yeah, who knows? We have a mini today.
Making up for lost content, giving a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. We're gonna do a quick recap about our international presence as a country over the past couple weeks. There's been some stuff happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some fucking Australians aboard different parts of the world.
3 different countries, or 3 different regions, yeah.
Wait, 3?
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
What do you want
Korea.
to talk about?
Come on, dude. Europe, Korea,
And
And-
Come on,
Man.
come on.
and
Japan.
Japan.
Japan,
Are you stupid?
Kanaji.
Oh, I forgot about Kanaji.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanaji.
Based. True.
Good go.
Yeah, the goat. Where do we want to start first, boys?
Well, where do you want to start? Connor?
Korea. All right.
We'll start with Korea.
I want to talk
Alright.
about the pre-locals.
Alright, actually, let's start with... let's start because I went to Thailand first, actually, just to visit my mum. But my first experience, I was like, looking in my head, it's like, I want to see what Elite Smash feels like in Thailand. And...
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's so funny actually. It's like immediately the first 3 opponents I play, just like all tech gods.
Go.
What are you talking
Hey, scarce here.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Dude, the light went red and I could see his face and I just lost it, dude.
Yeah, I forgot this light changed color. I'm like, wait, is that me? Oh man.
Okay, you're in Thailand.
I'm in Thailand, yes.
He's in
And
Thailand.
I'm playing Elite Smash.
Who's in Thailand?
And actually, oh my god.
Wait, where are
Imagine if the boys were embarrassed.
Oh shit.
All right. Intermission. Say your piece.
Yep.
What's this garbage? Elton, were you calling me trash, Kazia?
It's true. You dumb shit at this game.
I dumped at Connor before. I dumped at Anthony, but I had sound? Question mark.
Oh yeah, Ernest says.
Sippo just said your worst Jaws, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
Ernest said. Oh yeah, we were gonna play on a sound setup. He's whatever. Like as if it's not gonna make a difference, mate.
It's,
No, dude. Every time I've offered sound to you, you're just like,
it's so much effort. There's literally not a setup inside with sound. That's what I'm saying. Like the second I bring headphones to a tournament, everyone's done.
literally, like, when has that been? You fucking full-time cunt. Just get a pair of headphones and plug it in.
I gave them to my brother-in-law. All right. He needed it for work. Imagine me
Dude, sorry,
saying,
I
nah.
can't. I don't have headphones because I gave them to my brother-in-law. It
Imagine
needs
me
to
saying,
work.
nah, I need him for a children's party game. Like, fucking hell.
Fair enough. What? So
Yeah, I moved
apparently,
to. I had booked
Yeah,
a
I had
trip
a-
to Victoria. Oh, why? Just see some mates.
yeah. So apparently,
Is
the
that all?
headphones are used for like reaction cues, right?
Yes.
And they're
Big
used for
concern.
combos,
Yep.
reacting
Literally
in combos.
everything. It's so bizarre. Like playing without sounds like playing on like a different sync. It's fucking weird.
A different sync.
Yeah. Like if I do a down throw,
Sync,
I
yeah.
sound cue off that to buffer stuff.
It's true because you hear the it's Kazuya, right? Like you see the that like you know that sound effect
Like
he makes,
even
right?
like other characters,
Yeah.
like when you hit, like it sounds so much chunkier. Like yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's like, it just makes all the world.
It just makes the world.
Long story short,
Yeah.
I better play lost in that money match.
Absolutely.
Twice, apparently.
Twice.
Facts. Anyway, I'm gonna take
Alright.
your hot water.
Yeah.
And
Right.
have a shower.
Oh wait. All right. Yeah. All right.
I only shower for like 2 minutes. Like literally.
Hey, Sid.
What is that even a shower? How do you wash yourself in 2
I'm
minutes?
not having a wank. I'm having a shower.
Yeah, but what about like shampoo?
I literally,
like-
okay. Spoiler alert: I don't shampoo or condition my hair.
That's fine.
Literally
No,
just
that's
water.
completely fine.
What about like
And
body
then
wash?
I can definitely do a shower in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What about body wash?
I just
hair
don't.
wash, you don't.
You just do it.
Because I'll just sit there. I'll just sit there, and it's like, yeah, dude. I'll just be like, damn, this is some nice water. And Isaac
Just
with coffee
imagine
right now on this
Jason's
podcast.
just like.
Dude, I'm just standing there, and I'm like,
Damn.
You're just saying like Isaac will suffer.
dude.
Goggles will
Like,
fly.
how long can it take to cover your body in soap? Like, come on.
But
Wait,
it's a
Sifo,
scrubbing
we,
there.
Sifo,
Like,
You
Sif,
do it at once.
dude, just shower now and then come back.
Okay. Are we
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my clothes and shit. Like,
John's.
Alright,
Just like the sound
that's
keys,
5
mate.
minutes. That's just 5 minutes.
Alright. Anyway, as you were saying about Thailand.
Who's in Thailand?
Me, I was in Thailand for a bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry
Alright,
to
yeah,
interrupt.
just to try and play Elite Smash. But actually, my first experience there was like very good. Actually, I started running to like tech freaks, which is like I think uncommon in Australia, in particular. Like I don't, besides Louis like Bin, I don't think anyone's a technical freak down here. Like
What do you mean by tech freak? As in
Like-
like the whole
like
positive
like
part of
Lucas
the gameplay.
fucking Zare canceling like.
Cow?
Yeah,
Lucas.
Lucas.
Like Lucas, like doing the fucking Zare loops, right? That's like, what you know, most technical thing.
No,
like,
plump
and then, oh my god, like, and then there was some other character I was playing against. It was a Steve. It was just NILing me to fucking, you know, to death. But after that, actually, it was getting pretty bad. Like, I think I managed to get Singapore players or something around there. Because after that, I was only getting match with Japan players, and the connection's like too bad actually from Thailand to Japan. So like, I was like, all right, I'm probably just gonna stop, and then not play Smash until I get to Korea. But then get to Korea and then start play. Yeah, like first tournament. So in Korea, two tournaments. Went to Seoul Smash, which is held at Korea. Very cool venue. It's kind of like Pixel, but it's like a bit more like, I don't know, fighting game focused, I suppose. It's like, you know, like lots of like cool art of like, you know, all like your famous fighting game characters, and it's just like really nice setup and all that. And then yeah, Uprising, which was the major.
Alright. Apparently what I heard
Yeah.
from Bradley Seb is that like these guys were like fucking everyone except for like Seb like dropping a set to Tarnak and going friendlies even with Kept and Captain fucking Gacked.
I mean,
And then they came double fifth. What happened?
What
bro?
Did
we think we were gonna win
What were the
Uprising?
expectations from you
I
guys?
thought they were gonna do really well. But yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't think they were gonna beat the Japanese players.
But then
Yeah,
I mean,
losing at
it's-
fifth after, like
I mean, these guys were both saying like how good Tarnak was really, and I was like, well, there's no way this guy is that much better than like second and third and fourth in Korea, right?
yeah.
So that means like these other players are probably also pretty good. And Tarnak didn't even get fifth; he got seventh. So they didn't even lose to the best player in Korea. And watching it personally, the whoever's second in Linzel or whatever, like he
Linzel,
impressed me the most. Linzel
Yeah.
impressed me the most out of all those players. Anyway.
Linzel and Ashen, which is obvious because Ashen got third, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they
But
were.
like, yeah, obviously, the sights were probably set from my expectations. I'm not a top competitor, right? So I wasn't like. I mean, my personal expectations was try and like beat one of the top end Korean players. Just try and get a set if I could. Obviously, it didn't happen. I only got to play one of them once. I only got to play Linzel because even at Soul Smash, I had to lose to the Australians for
That
both of them
sucks.
for fifth. But I'm just really excited to see like how me as a just a middling, maybe not middling, but like not a top level player in Oz compared to like another country that's not like a US or Japan or
Did you think you
Europe.
did well?
At Soul Smash, it's hard, right? I don't feel like in bracket I got to like really like test myself, right? And I think I matched into the most unfavorable poly player I could have out of the Koreans. So, yeah, I mean, I got to play a lot of them in friendlies, and like, what I will say is like the skill level there between the top players are pretty close. But obviously, we get Didi and Seb, who've probably a bit more experience versus them. We can talk about it, but I don't know. I think overall we probably all like underperformed, and I think we all thought we got to do a bit better. But I mean, we all still thought the trip was great. So
I love that.
Jesus, I actually forgot about it.
Yeah. It was
Came
so
with,
long,
like,
Ernest
perfect-
forgot.
The perfect segment.
But not to spoil much, but like I reckon that's our experience overall. So
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
there's a lot to unpack. I'll just say there is a lot to unpack. Like in
And
terms of game
just
plan.
if this comes out before the episode comes out,
Yeah.
like we'll talk about these trips individually in way more depth as well in actual episodes, too, with the actual people that have gone overseas. We'll
Yeah.
talk to them about it too. This is just our basic overviews of what we thought about it. So I was on our way to DreamHack, I'm pretty sure, because it happened simultaneously with Uprising. It was the same weekend, right?
Yeah, and
I
I
remember.
the line as well. Like
Yeah, I was talking to Nick and Josh, right? Oh, Ghost, right? Because he stayed over with us, and we actually watched it. We all watched Uprising
It was like-
afterwards.
Me, Johnny as well, right?
Yeah, you,
after.
Johnny, me, Nick, and Ghost.
And the wine.
Yeah, and Ghost and Nick were saying, oh, I was basically telling Ghost and Nick, like, oh, like the boys said that they were doing quite well in friendlies and shit like that too. So isn't that or like trying to like instigate some conversation out of them, right? Out of these fucking old people. And then Josh is like, yeah, but that's friendlies though. Like, that's friendlies. And I'm like, I get you. But I also like trying to like get more out of it. And he's just like, these people like don't actually like take friendlies like that seriously. Like they'll obviously play, right? And like they're not inting, but like they're just playing to get like a feel, and they're not actually trying to like do things that they would do in an actual game. Like their risk reward like assessment will be entirely different. And like instead of like trying to limit test how to punish things, they'll actually just like avoid these things entirely and not let you get that stuff.
Interesting.
And it's like it's just all true. And it's just like it's not really rocket science either. Like everyone does this basically.
Do you think
Everyone
this-
plays different
Yeah,
when there's like a fucking game down.
But
you know?
it sounds so much more intentional with how Ghost puts it. But like, I don't
No.
know, do you guys personally like
Not really. Like
no?
it's just not really.
Because I feel like my play between tournament and friendly is near identical, honestly.
you're weird though. Like you just like your edge guards is just a testament to like how like strange you can be sometimes. You know.
I mean, just from viewing it, I don't think.
You just go for that downer, and I'm just like, bro, you're like
Okay, to put the narrative, like they weren't actually beating the Japanese players like consistently in friendlies. You know, like they played it like Didi and Gak played a serious set, and I think it went 3-1. And Didi's like, oh, it feels beatable, right? And we saw in the set, like the kept set, he lost 3-0, but it was a close 3-0. Though,
Dude, the
right?
first
Like,
two games he was up like
Yeah.
a full stop.
Yeah. That's kind of how friendlies went, except he managed to clutch out a couple of games, right? You just hit in the moment, couldn't clutch it out in the actual set.
Hmm.
But interaction goes different. Bradley definitely wins a game there, at least game
like,
or two.
Yeah. Nick said as well that like when he watched it, it was just like it literally was 3-0, but it was close, like
Yeah.
in the most literal sense. So that was funny. I fell asleep, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
Oh.
classic. How
But,
much
like-
how much do you guys think? Because I remember this was a debate somewhere else. But how much do you think like the fact that they like train on best of 3 like plays into this type of thing in terms of like Japanese style tournaments? Like
The thing is, they didn't get to to be honest, like the good players all got to the best of 5 stage and started playing each other in best of 5s at that time. No one got upset before then, really.
Mm.
So I actually don't think that mattered at all in this situation. Like, even when like Seb played Tanaka and all that, that was all best of fives, right? Like that all started being best of five pretty quickly. And same with the Japanese players, right? That you know, they didn't have to play each other best of threes because like they're top seeds. So
I want
but-
to talk. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No,
Sorry.
that-
no,
that-
no.
no, that's
Go on.
it.
Go on.
No, that's probably it. Like in the best of three, yeah, I don't think it goes any differently if it's best of three.
I wanted to ask you, what was the Korean mid level like? Because we talk a lot about the top level, right? How is
Yeah.
like the actual overall breadth of the scene? Because I'd imagine you're not just playing the top players, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. It's like it's hard, right? Because I actually kind of don't know who the top. I knew the top players were, but like I played against this Inkling, right? This like quite a bit. Like his tag was Joe Wrong, and I was like, oh, this guy's good.
Better
He
than
was doing
Flo,
pretty
bro.
good to Bradley. No, and I was like, all right, no, this guy's probably about as good as Flo. Like probably equal. But I actually don't know where he like stacks up in career. He's not on their PR or anything. But I'm like, he's playing pretty well. This guy probably is top 10, but it's like, yeah, it's a bit hard to gauge because I actually just don't know what level these players are. Like Seijun apparently, who would probably be mid-level career, went last hit with Bradley twice. Seijun, the fucking Pokemon VGC champion.
Is he mid level?
Dude, you know what's really funny is I was just
think
looking
so.
at like a bunch of different results,
Yeah.
and Seijun came second in the last chance qualifier for World Tour
For
last
sure.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was like actually really good.
So I'm just trying to think. Like,
And Rebs came third, the freak ninja.
it's
Dude,
like,
Revs. Oh my god.
yeah, I that one's a bit hard. I don't feel like I got to play that many. The opponents I played in bracket were either like quite varying. It was either they were like quite poor or they were really fucking good. It was like kind of no in between. I feel like, but because of that, I feel like the top level and high level are like pretty like, you know, there's like pretty interlinked. There's no like dominating force. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
I know. I think
Okay.
it's really hard to analyze a region as a whole, even looking at Australia.
Yeah,
It's like-
especially when you only get 2 tournaments, right?
Or not even that, but it's like there's more than just like high level, top level, mid level. Even looking at high level itself, there's so many like large variances on like what people are good at and what people aren't good at that it's really
Yeah.
hard to determine like, okay, this is the benchmark for this player. Because if I were to look at like top 20 to top 50 Oz, that's like impossible to compare almost of like why these people are getting consistent results, I would argue. Like take a DMO or on Pheasant, compare it to like a Luma or like a Nagima or something like that. Like that's just like really hard to understand like why the spread is like the same, I guess. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
EU
I
though.
think that's it for Korea. Yeah. We
Yeah,
can talk
EU sounds like
Yeah.
even in an even more insane scale of that.
Well, just purely because of like
Countries.
the level difference, right? And like the quantity and the fucking we have more data.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a
more-
lot more tournaments they went to. It seems like France is pretty cracked and a pretty good place to live for if you want to play Smash, from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
I
so
mean-
they started with Paris, right?
yeah, they started in France, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in
Oh,
France.
what was
They went to that. They had that local that they had to DQ, and then they went to the monthly.
Yeah. So so because I actually didn't know what to expect. When you guys saw the numbers, like you guys saw
did
the,
think
the,
that-
the
I was like-
local and the monthly, like
Yeah,
did
I
you
thought they
guys
were
think-
overseeded, like a little bit.
Yeah.
It was
what was
like-
everyone's opinions
Yeah.
on their results there?
Good.
So you thought they were
I
overseeded?
thought they were overseeded, and then they performed to where I thought they were going to do, which is slightly under what they were seeded, right? Like, I think Jono was second seeded at the monthly, and he did not get second. like,
Was he?
he
I don't
was a very
think-
high seed. He might have been fourth then.
I
and
think
did
he was
not-
fourth. I'm pretty sure he was fourth.
Yeah, he did not get fourth. I'm like, yeah.
Did he?
that-
I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe we should ask that episode. I do remember.
No,
them
he
being
got fourth on He got 9th at the first weekly and then 4th at the second one.
Okay.
The second one was a monthly as well.
Well, then he got 4th at that and then 9th at the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe then.
But he
To be
DQ'd
fair,
losers, I think.
Yeah, they were jet lagged as hell as well.
And then Bin
So it's like-
DQ'd. So Bin made winners semis and lost, and then DQ'd and losers as well.
Oh no, the funny one was Shriek was Bin getting
Bin-
seated above Shrix.
Yeah.
Every single at every event.
Yeah, the clout. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he was seated above Jono, and then they were like, "Hang on, this is too far. Like, this is how it is."
Well, didn't Ben end up performing like really well compared to like even what other people expected?
Yeah, it was. I thought Bin was really good.
Like that's what
at
Shriek
these
said in
events.
his tweet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Ben's just doing like fantastically.
There was always questions about.
Well, yeah,
if he was going to do it well internationally. It's
I-
like,
I
well,
think-
he did just fine. Like,
Yeah, I think there was like I don't know where the stigma came from that like Ben doesn't do well against things he doesn't understand or like hasn't played or like got a lot of experience from.
Because that's how he's always been. What are you
But
talking
yeah,
about?
but then
That's
when we
true,
look at
yeah.
Where the
majors,
stigmas come from? What are you talking about?
but then you look at majors and then
yeah, but like we're
look at
saying, like in
international-
Victoria, that if he fights something that he hasn't fought yet, he more often than not loses those sets and then comes back after 2 or 3 times and fucking beats your ass.
loses, or
Was this
he'll
an
just
ultimate?
like it'll be too close.
Yes,
it'll be
an
like,
ultimate.
It'll be closer than it should be, right? Like he'll look vulnerable. He'll look more vulnerable.
Sure. Well, it seems to be the case that like the stigma kind of hasn't been playing into effect when he's been traveling internationally or even interstate just quietly. Like he's just been doing fine. Although
Yeah.
he did lose that link to old mate, which was like, oh well. Get him. It's like
Well,
small
he
pond,
did say he wanted to play Pit, but he wanted to.
Yeah,
unlink
yeah,
it, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
but it's still like
Yeah.
small pond, man. Like there's just like freaks out there with your
Mhm.
characters as well. So
I mean, apparently that character is like the most common character in France. Funnily enough,
yeah,
that's what they said.
it's a cool
Who?
character. Link.
Oh,
Link. Yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense. Like Gluto thinks Link's like top tier.
I just thought they were all Zelda fanboys or something. Like, no.
No.
I feel like we in Australia have a higher concentration of King K rule mains than any place in the world. Like, probably.
Maybe.
But I had a blast watching the EU events. Like, Wanted was really good to really fun to watch. Just in stream.
Wanted was really fun.
First of all-
Having
first of all-
4 different tabs.
4
First
tabs.
of all, who always watches EU events in like the native language? I can't stand the
the Yanks,
English
man.
the English commentary. It's so like.
They're
But
not
like
great.
the French commentators, they're the fucking best.
Dude, this is
It's
just
Oh
like-
la la.
this is just like cool Japan bit.
Yeah.
It's just like
No, it actually isn't true. No, they actually get hyped, dude.
sure.
Sure, come on, dude.
Like I think I prefer EU commentary like way more, right? But I
Yeah.
know for a fact that it's a lot to do with the fact that I just don't
Not
understand,
speaking, obviously. Yeah, the you know,
right?
oh might be funny to us.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but like,
It's so
yeah,
funny.
it's too good though.
But yeah, like for sure. I don't know. Like I kind of like hate the fact that they need like a stream setup with like Australian comms that aren't there. Oh, sorry, not Australian, like English comms of like Americans that aren't there, and like they're watching it and it's delayed as well.
Hmm.
So it's just like not even in sync. It just doesn't really make sense to me, but it does because I know that like fucking they just want fucking money, you know. But it was really cool because we actually got a lot of stream stuff. Like we got a lot of stream matches, and we got a lot of fucking things to look at. Like Strix T,
Yeah.
Zachary in the crew battle versus Let's trapping the entirety of our country.
Strix versus Fatality.
Strix
Well,
versus,
yeah.
Fatality.
Strix versus Fatality, and then we get fucking Strix versus like a whole bunch of different people. We get Bin versus like some people as well.
Bin should have been base mage in that best alone.
Bin versus Base Mage, and we get Bin versus fucking Space,
Yeah.
right? Unfortunately, I think Jono got fucked over the most. Like we didn't get that many Jono
Any Jono
sets.
mods, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
which
it's mainly
sucks.
because we've seen a lot of him internationally already. But
No, it's just luck, Connor. Like
yeah.
it really is just luck. Like you're at a tournament and they'll doesn't matter who you are realistically, right? Like you make it far enough that it will want to put you on bracket, especially. And if you're like an international, right, they'll give you priority, but they're not going to be like, oh, like Jono or Strix. So we'll do Strix because we just feel like it's just whoever comes, like whichever stream setup comes first and stuff. And Jono just got a bit unlucky, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that was Wanted, right? They all got 17th. Bin got.
Funny, yeah.
I actually, like, everyone was like, oh, it's Pog that Bin got the Gluto DQ. But I actually I would have preferred Bin, like, get, like, 25th. And,
If
like,
we got to
verse
see the Gluto.
I want to see a Wario like I want to. Well, Jono. I mean, Bradley was saying that Jono could beat Gloomy. Like, I don't know how.
No.
I don't know like how true like that would have actually happened. Like, would have actually happened.
Obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, I thought obviously
is-
not. Like, it's a top 3 player in the world. Like, versus
There's,
you know,
like,
fringe PGR. Like,
so many, like,
yeah,
fuck, dude. I feel like there's so many levels when he's at the MK layer level, you know? Like,
yeah,
one of, like, probably 2 people in the world, 3 maybe, consistently beating him.
Mhm.
You know? So fucking freaky. But I would have, and I think Bin would have as well, definitely loved to just cop a worse placing in order to be able to verse Gluto.
yeah. I want to see the 2 Aussies play Gluto.
Yeah, it would have been so sick. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, so that sucks. But I mean, Strix is pretty fucking close, and that game was so weird.
I actually did not see the set. I only saw the crew
Did you
battle
not?
where
T actually like freaked on him. He just like moved forward, and then Strix just went in the ledge. And you know how Strix was getting so much success for his ledge planking
yes, the art
in like
survival.
hospitals?
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's mastered the art of survival.
survival. Yeah,
T's mastered the art of killing you. And he just fucking like threatens your fucking life.
yeah.
It actually
He's
just
just
looks
there.
like you versus Sifo there, Anthony.
That's
Uh,
scary.
No, I think Wanted was like really good for Oz. Like Bin and Trix.
I mean, we didn't even talk about
seeds.
the Leon
What?
win either.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, the
that's
Leon win. Yes,
fucking
that's
insane.
that's a PGR number.
Oh,
5.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Low key up until that point, that was probably the best win.
It was.
Besides the
was.
Bengal Kameme win at the local.
No, it was the best win we've had at that trip so far.
At the trip, no, I'm talking about of all time. Like, you're trying to think about.
I mean,
the
Kameme is
Bengal's
the-
been- yeah, but that was
Kameme was top 15
top
in the world.
15. But that's best of 3
He was second in
at a
Japan.
local. And apparently, I think someone said that Kameme used Pokemon Trainer for a game.
Hey, we don't talk about that. You know?
But like at a full-on best of 5 major, 3-0.
Hey, look.
Yeah,
What can I
Sixth
say?
in Europe.
yeah, fifth. I think 5th in Europe.
Did you know that like I've probably talked to you guys about it before as well, but for the fellas watching, Strix actually DM'd me like before Wanted, right? Because they actually met at one of the tournaments before that. Oh no, it was probably at Wanted. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. One of the tournaments, right? And then Strix asked to play a serious set or like to play a money match, right? And Leon's like he doesn't do money matches, but he'll play a serious set. So they did a serious set, and then Strix won 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
Yeah, he got 3-stocked with his Roy, and so he played Sephiroth, and then he won. And then Strix was like, take it with a grain of salt, because he was very, very salty, and was apparently going through a lot of IRL shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was just like, dude, that's sick. I was kind of memeing about beating Leon, but low key, this seems real. And then fucking like almost as if like destiny was to bless me, like just had to verse each other, you know? Like Leon beats Lancelot to get to top 16. Oh no, not top 16, top 32? Top 32. It was top 32. And then Strix Leon, and I am fucking like, I was so sad. I was with Helen and I was like, please be on stream. It wasn't on stream. So I'm just scanning this fucking bracket. Dude, I'm like, my eyes are set. And then 3-0, 30 and a handshake. And then apparently Leon fucking spikes his controller
Fuck.
like across the venue. It was fucking bad.
Yeah, because he had to play fucking Sephiroth, dude.
Yeah, what do you
my
want?
God. What do you want from him?
My god, so fucking sick, dude. So I'm a very happy man.
And he lost a fatality after, right?
He lost to Fatality. Fatality just apparently destroys Australia. Hey.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, except in
That
except in
first attempt.
Britain, mate.
Except in the local, yeah. In the first attempt. But
Damn.
that was
And
once, right? So then we go to
boss
Britain.
battles.
Yeah. Good
And
UK. We should
this
put
is-
out the local for like the
Well, yeah, Jono just like
Jono wins the
Just
local.
lost.
this is like the only what?
Right?
What
He
he won
won.
the local?
What,
Oh,
dude?
the local.
He made Fatality look like a fucking training dummy.
Yeah,
Maybe Zedman was the best player.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's funny actually. Like he meets fatality. Like the SWT, right? It's like he beats. Oh, who did he beat at SWT? Who did he beat in America again?
Pelly.
Pelly, and he beat like Varun. He beat a couple like people like bit in there. But I thought the more notable thing. I thought the thing that was like the coolest that he beat Fatality in that first attempt, and pretty dominantly as well. Like, all right, that's like the best player. That's like the best, Captain Falcon player in the world. That's pretty cool. Fatality, a top 20, like Smash 4 player like of all time. And then they meet again, and he like dumpsters him.
Yeah.
He dumpsters him in grands. Like he lost winners finals. So,
Yeah. Yeah. The adaptions.
yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate
that
because
matters
he got the last laugh, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, we got a dub, and also like
2-2 set count. We'll
speaking
take
about
that.
how unlucky Jono is, right? Like, not to mention the fact that he literally versed like two people that have insane amount of youngling experience,
Yeah.
right? And he was not happy about that either.
Oh yes.
Lost to
And the
Super
two minus and the minus
lost to
two.
Ramses and lost to Space,
Yeah. And Young's two worst matchups.
and two people that know the youngling
Matchup. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right? Which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. I remember when I saw those in the bracket, I'm like, this is gonna be fucking tough. Like,
I'm like, yeah, I was surprised by how like good Ramses is. Like,
I've always known he's pretty good.
yeah, like he's pretty good. I don't know. I guess it's just like it's weird always seeing like someone and then someone like that you know of but don't actually know because you watch their VODs and shit, and just seeing the two compare, and because you've played Jono before and you're like, you get a feel for how good this guy is.
Yeah.
And you just see him, like, you just see all of them go in the fucking arena. And that's why, like, now our actual best win in Australia, or like one of at least in a major setting, we get fucking Shriek speeding Chag, which is the fucking
Best news I ever heard.
actually like so insane.
I was up at 4 because that was the day. That's have the same day as the first day of Uprising, and this is like my depression day essentially. So I took 2 naps that day. I took one after doubles, and then one after I like get eliminated. I'm like, fuck, It's like obviously I can't go to sleep. I was like, oh, but boss battles is a 1-day event. I can watch the whole thing, like till like 5 a.m. And then like, oh dude, I was like, I had like Luggy. He was like my roommate. So I was like, I couldn't like yell, but like, holy fuck. I was just rolling in the bed, like, actually giggling, like. I was like,
You were right, Anthony.
It ended up being worth it, and people thought I was joking, right? Like, I'm not that good, but if I can't figure a way to stop this, then no one can. Like, and he pretty much didn't. He should have got 3-0'd as well.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it was last hit.
It was last hit game
Like,
5.
shit.
He figured it out.
Yeah.
The first 2 games. No, the thing is, Chag in game 3, 4, and even 5, like, turned into the best player in the world for a little bit. Like,
Yeah, he just mind controlled him.
Mind control.
no, it wasn't mind controlling. He was just actually playing like that. His ledge trapping suddenly became like just. Flawless
He just
for some
suddenly
reason.
figured it out. Like, how is that possible?
Hey, check the
So, like,
stats,
I'm
bro.
Like,
How many
dude, I'm
times
trying-
did Trix win neutral from ledge?
I'm trying to be serious here, and it's like, oh, he's just fucking. He can't think.
Dude! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, you should listen to yourself.
But no boss battle. Yeah, Shrix. Who else did he beat? Luigi.
Dude, he beat a
versus
lot
Tag.
of people. He beat Tarek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tarek
Tarek number
wins.
6 in the EU.
That's a really good win.
Luigi.
Luigi, is that how you
Luigi.
pronounce his tag? Luigi.
I can't believe
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
that person like exists. By the way, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He
Actually
just,
crazy.
it's like, come on, man.
And Shrix is just stoic as fuck.
Doesn't care.
Actually, like-
He's going to
like-
look at the stages.
Like
man.
the
Zav,
funniest-
Zav
What
wishes.
can you do? What can you do? What can you do?
The
though?
funniest,
wishes
the
he had
funniest
that
part
guru
is
era.
that he was in the chat and he was like, "Dude, I SD'd because he started singing Escape the City," and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty funny." But you go back and watch the VOD, and this kid actually starts belting fucking Escape from the City, dude. You can actually hear it through like the commentary mics.
Holy
Can you
fuck.
really?
And Trix is just like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, you can't, yeah, I mean, like in the hit of the moment in bracket, you're gonna like focus up, even if something's as like absurd as that is happening.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah,
Whatever it
yeah.
takes. The Mike Hayes, baby. Just start screaming. That's crazy, actually. I didn't. Jesus.
Yeah.
Man. But that
But
is
it's
the
like
best.
through.
Every single match I saw, I'm like, because I've played Strix, this guy is like, you know,
And also, Trix is the first Sephiroth to ever defeat a Steve in bracket. That also happened.
true.
Wait, what?
His 7th place was a Steve player.
Okay.
Amaze
but,
beans,
like,
yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you
and
mean? Like,
he's the first Sephiroth to ever beat a Steve in bracket.
Never happened before, Ernest. Just
Yeah, it's
take
never
our,
happened.
Take our word for it. Except I'm pretty sure Ned's been owning, but like, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
It's never happened.
It's never happened,
Awesome.
actually.
I guess
But
you're
yeah,
right.
I think
Yeah.
the Trix run, best run in Oz history, international.
Oz history, and probably.
Which I'm pretty sure that's the case, right?
And I thought the Chad win was going to be the best win in Oz Smash history. Because like Chad was peak like top 10 in the world pretty definitively. He's slumping a little bit now, like, but this guy was definitely like dude, this guy main stage made winners finals. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure,
that's crazy.
right? And he was like beating Gluto like in like very dominant fashion. I've watched like every VOD of Chad, right? I'm like, so
You just know.
I just know. And I knew that Strick was going to beat him, and no one believed me.
You did. No,
I'll be honest, I had no faith him in beating Sky J. I had absolutely no faith. I didn't think it would be 3-0,
Dude,
so I'm
Sky-
like, this character is like too impossible.
I was so shocked watching Sky
Yeah.
J play Strix. It's just like he just hits him, bro. How?
I just had no faith versus Siski, but like, that's like, it's so hard, that character.
Incineroar might be
Yeah.
low key, kind of busted.
It's Sonora and Samus, yep.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just matchup. It's like a lot of matchup experience.
Yeah.
Like
It's like he wanted to
that's
edge
always,
guard him.
it's always been in any like Smash game like the most valuable variable like in a set, you know, like doesn't matter if you verse like a better character by like a jillion tons if that's the character you practice against a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then you verse fucking like Raito's Duck Hunt Duo or Banjo Kazooie bullshit, and it's like, what the fuck like do I do, you know? It's so like I also didn't really think that he could take SkyJ either, especially because SkyJ was fucking going off a tear, like like
One of
super
the Blues
hot.
runs, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And this guy just like is so good too, like probably above Chag right now, right?
He's dog
Absolutely.
shit.
Well,
No?
you're gonna.
He's a spammer.
Yeah, SkyJ's the noob.
He is. He's a noob.
Jason, if only Strix had your fucking Incineroar practice.
Dude,
before.
he's a spammer, dude. No, it wouldn't help because I'm an intelligent Incineroar, so it wouldn't have even helped him.
And he just does the jump side B, and that's it.
Dude, what
right?
are you like? Why does it hit so often, dude?
Yeah, I know.
And actually, every time he gets hit, he's just spamming down B, like coin flipping.
Yeah,
Trying to disadvantage.
no, I feel the same way as well, like low key. But
But
he's
it's
so good.
actually what he's doing. Like, it's not even a joke.
That's why I want Ernest to do a video on SkyJ, like or some Twitch stream. Like, I actually don't understand how this works. He's actually just
He just double jumps and he just
jumps
golden
on the
ratio.
jumping, like if they hit, they hit. If it doesn't hit, like he hits 10%, whatever. Like,
Dude, he's the Vitruvian man. He's what Da Vinci envisioned, you know?
I would say that
Yeah.
his recoveries are like actually too good though. Like you think
They're really good. They're really
Incineroar
good.
gets fucked off stage like against Sephiroth, but like he actually like fucking
Like-
solved the Millennium Puzzle. Like
Jesus Christ.
Went to the Shadow Realm and
Yeah.
back to get back on land.
It's Incineroar. So it's a Sephiroth. Yeah.
No, Skyja's obviously really insane. And I think low key, like really I think Jono would do really well into Skyj
Absolutely not.
compared to
Nah.
Shrix.
Nah.
Because like I don't know if Jono will win, obviously, right? But I think Shrix is like I don't know, he seems like a bit too like slow to figure out like Skyj. And like I think Skyj being from Mexico, right? He is very used to the pace Shrix plays and like the archetype of character that Shrix plays. So he will naturally like be very comfortable because like Incineroar obviously is like not great, right? And he's slow, but like there's a comfortability knowing that like dude, he sucks. It's true. But like there's a
And how can
comfortability.
someone as noob as SkyJ be winning sets because this guy's a fucking noob?
Yeah, okay. Obviously. But there's like a comfortability knowing that like sword fighters have no like projectiles or like nothing outside of their literal fucking aerials and their limbs, right? So you can kind of just like move however way you want. So long as your understanding of the spacing is good, you actually have a lot more liberty than you think compared to like Samus, where it's like this fucking you don't know when this fucking projectile that like goes across the entire screen is going to come out, right? And you have to give so much more respect. So and it's the same with fucking Young Link too. Like,
I just feel like if Jono and Skyj played, like Jono's gonna be winning. Like they're gonna be last stock. Skyj's gonna be 140.
oh yeah, for sure. Like
Jono
Jono is definitely gonna
Yeah.
get cheesed and like
Yeah, he's gonna
lose,
die.
like,
Yeah.
But like I still think that's like way better than of a matchup, you know, like. But that said, like I think Shriek like definitely surpassed my expectations.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The art of survival.
Absolutely insane. And then I was talking to Josh, and Josh was like, "Yeah, Shrix is good. I've always had faith in Shrix." He was the one, and I was like, I have no idea what that means, but sure.
Has he got it?
Oh my
Does Shrix
God.
have it?
Yes.
Oh man. And I guess like what's the final topic of discussion? Our lone warrior in Japan.
Kanaji beating
Wait. Let's look at that later. Surely.
what?
Hmm?
He did one thing.
This is it, mate. This is it.
Is it? All right then.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want, Anthony?
I mean, wait. Like I wanted to know how much did Kanaji play before he came to Australia? Like how much did he play the Japanese scene?
I have honestly no idea.
I
Yeah.
think he.
Like a bit of Wi-Fi, right?
I honestly don't fucking know either. Actually.
You should message
Is
him
your
right
mate?
now.
You can ask him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could actually.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll
Go
get
on.
him on the podcast.
1 in 5 right now. Odds on.
nah. But I don't know. But he actually wasn't doing very well in Japan for
Yeah.
when he started, right? And like honestly, like
I really wanted to see him play a Cola because he was said to play a Cola if you beat that Zelda player.
Well, he went like 1-2 or 0-2 in the first bracket, right?
he went 1-2, and then he went 2-2, I think. And then he got top 16 and then on a Wi-Fi tournament, which I think is incredibly funny, by the way, that he's in Japan and he enters a Wi-Fi tournament.
Those Wi-Fi tournaments, I'm
That's-
pretty sure are best of one. I'm the
Damn.
best of one. Sorry, not best of one. I'm the single limb.
Jesus.
Single them best of threes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
because
that's-
like the way the result page works out, like no one got seventh. It's like, it's like first, second, and
It's
then I
4
think-
fifths,
Yeah,
4 fifths, 4 ninths, or
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
8 ninths or whatever.
Yeah.
Tommy Summers, right? Yeah.
but like I was like, oh, I thought he was, I was like, I'll be honest. I was like, he's not doing this. I'm like, maybe his odds suck or something because like
No, I mean it just makes sense,
They're all
dude.
freaks.
Japan is just so
Anthony,
cutthroat. Yeah,
it's just player RPS a lot of the time.
Mm.
You know, the cultures. It's just all player RPSs and shit. You know, and like Japan's really like they don't
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
around.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, obviously.
But the fucking like could not imagine like
From
I
downtown,
seriously
out of nowhere.
seriously could not fucking fathom that he would fucking beat Proto Banham.
Yeah.
you know.
That is
Now,
insane.
like we should like preface that yes, it is a local, right?
Mhm.
This is a local at the end of the day, but still, like, it's fucking massive,
Just wanna-
massive win.
Just want to put out there that the upsets that both Shrix and Kanaji got, both down to Mr. Ernest Lamb here with the Lucina practice. So, what do you want?
We just built to slam
mean, it's
Lucinas
true.
overseas. Who's next?
Yeah, when
I
we
mean,
gonna
those are
start
literally
beating?
the two best.
Yeah, I'd say there's just
Wait,
those
wait,
two.
Like, those are
And-
actually the two best Lucinas.
No,
in the
I think
world.
Flo would beat MKLO's Lucina.
Definitely not.
Flo would beat Tweak.
I mean, we already knew that one. Like,
Oh my god.
With the way Tweet's playing now, Flo
but-
at 3-0 him.
Kanaji made a point. No, I'm pretty sure it was 2 games of min.
So it was
actually.
no, it was 1 Min and 2 games of Lucina.
Yeah.
So he beat the Min with Shulk,
Yeah.
and then he lost Shulk
Shulk
Lucina,
Lucina.
and then he won Snake.
He won
Lucina.
Snake Lucina, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
he won Snake
fucking
Lucina.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that matchup's not fucking playable. So,
Which one?
you know which one.
You suck,
Lol.
noob. Not on the PR anymore, noob.
What
Oh.
the fuck?
That's true.
Look
Oh,
at you,
when's
3 noobs.
Dude, when's the last time you missed out on a PR, Jason? Holy fuck.
Last year.
Damn, the Gwyff rule. No.
Dude, I was talking to
Rule, yeah.
Octopilly, who was helping us with the Arcadian, and they were like, you didn't enter? And I was like, I'm banned. And they're like, you PR? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, when? I was like, oh, the last 7 years, besides this one.
He's like, what happened this one?
Like, crazy.
Fucking Mario happened.
If I beat Ben, I would have been on PR, because then I would have
Pikachu
been
happened,
Jono.
actually. It wasn't even the Mario.
Pikachu actually did fine the whole time. Pikachu was
beat
actually
you.
the highest.
beat me and Cookie Zack, and I think went in the dumpster straight after that.
No, and then lost to Mothcoats, and that was it. And that's what it did.
Damn.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like net positive, actually. Pikachu actually put in work.
That one
But anyway.
Dark Temple.
Anyway, it's not about me. All right,
Yeah.
I'll see you fuckers in 3 months.
Yeah?
Yeah, mate. Player cards
Yeah.
need to get on that bad boy.
Are you sweating
Yeah,
out?
so-
Are there
3 months.
special
No, I'm
player
not
cards
sweating out.
for-
Jumping
Sorry,
in.
you're not sweating?
No, I'm not sweating out. No.
He's
I'll
jumping
probably.
in front of us, down being as considerable. That's it.
All right. Honestly, after I played a few games yesterday, and I've realized that I actually really enjoy playing Falco if I haven't played him for a long time. So I think Falco at monthlies is like actually giga broken tech. I think that's what I might do,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Until you fight Anthony Sephiroth.
Oh, he doesn't know what's coming.
Oh, he's actually beaten Strix. You might be the best like Falco in that match.
No, I didn't beat his Sephiroth. I didn't beat his Sephiroth.
Oh, what? You lied.
What? I didn't lie. I beat his Roy.
Oh. Okay then.
Pat's beaten his Sephiroth though, so you're done.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of done, we might be done
The
here.
podcast, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a messy one, but
Yeah. Hope you boys enjoyed the mini, and Sifro's actually just been crash beam below me this whole time. No.
I thought he actually.
Can you imagine?
The biggest
The biggest
gambit.
twist.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, we'll. The next episode, do we want to foreshadow what's happening?
It's basically just this,
It's
but
this.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Gonna have on
And
some
without me
guests.
on it.
Yeah.
Bigger and better without me. So,
Look.
take that as you will.
Yeah. Anyway. See ya.
bye.
Gypsy.